how's it going, everybody? My name is Magnum Martell, and it's time for another beautiful episode of Magnum Reviews. And today, I'm going to be taking a look at a mobile game, which is something that I wouldn't normally do. But in this case, it is a game that is made similarly to one that I actually play, and a franchise that I actually like. Today, we're going to be taking a look at The Witcher Monster Slayer. And before we go any further, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now, this game is pretty divisive. It is no secret that CD Projekt Red, since the release of The Witcher 3, has, well, more or less completely gone downhill, with Cyberpunk being incredibly disappointing and unable to live up to its hype, but also the fact that it's clearly obvious the company has completely changed from the inside out between its new woker developers and the fact that this game was, well, made by them. In a way, it was made by a subsidiary. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, I'm not going to show you the gameplay of this particular mobile game the entire time. I'm mostly going to focus here on this nice Witcher 3 footage I captured myself, but I will be showing it as I discuss some important parts. Our game begins with you fighting a basic-ass ghoul, and the gameplay of this game can best be described as what happens when Pokemon Go gets crossed with Fruit Ninja. It's a very basic game. It uses the same art style and map style as Pokemon Go in that you just kind of wander around and you seek out monsters to slay. Pretty basic, pretty straightforward, and I can't help but feel like if they had released this game back during the Pokemon Go phase or shortly thereafter, it would have been much better received. But it's been quite a long time, and it's not quite as popular anymore. So, needless to say, this game is not very well received. They also really didn't do any advertising for it. It just kind of popped up out of fucking left field. But anyway, our game begins with our Witcher fighting a basic ghoul where you slash at the monster and end up killing it. Then you talk to a master, and he gives you your final test to kill a slightly stronger monster that you'll probably never actually see again. It teaches you the basics about fast attacks and strong attacks and monster weaknesses, about special oils and potions and bombs, the Witcher signs, all the stuff that you would expect in a Witcher game since 3. But that's pretty much where the similarities to The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt come to a not-so-glorious end. I mean, the gameplay is very basic. There's not only so much you can do with a mobile screen, and I get it, you know? So I can't fault them for that, but it is actually kind of neat. You finish your final test, you get your bestiary book, and that's where the game finally officially begins. You get a quest to help a merchant find his missing horse. Turns out the horse was killed by a griffin, you kill the griffin, etc., just like the beginning to the iconic game. So from there, you're pretty much turned loose, and you get some quests here and there ends up being more of them as the game progresses. Now, I did want to actually make this review within actually my first day playing the game, because I thought I was ready, but then, just as I was getting ready to sit down and do it, I discovered a mechanic that I had no idea about, and I had to wait. Now it's just, this is the first time I've had the chance to sit down and do this. So the mechanic in question is the Namon. It's basically a giant-ass tree that serves, well, I mean, let's be honest, it's a Pokemon Go gym. You go there, you fight 3 monsters, you get a reward of 50 coins. You can do it 3 times. You can put monster bait in it to respawn them instantly, or you have to wait 12 hours. Real simple stuff. Every day you get a new objective, a small little daily to do, and do 7 of them, and, well, lo and behold, you get a chest that gives you a nice bonus reward. Now, I don't know what kind of rewards come from these. I've opened 2 of them so far, and both times I've got 150 gold. Pretty basic, pretty straightforward, although a lot more forgiving than Pokemon Go, whereas there's not a limit to how much you can earn in a day. I will say, it is a lot easier to grind up your gold in this game. I mean, you can still pay for it because it's a mobile game, which I highly advise against. But, you know, it is actually a little bit more forgiving, which is quite surprising, given that not only is it a mobile game, but it's obvious that CDPR is being a little greedy here. There's a bunch of different monsters in the game. Many of them appear in The Witcher 3, a lot of the ones you'll see pretty early on. Some of them are a little more offhanded. They're mentioned in the game, or there's like an entry about them, like in the lore, but you don't actually physically see any of them. You've got your basic monsters, your ghouls, your succubus, your drowners, your grave hags, your water hags, your swamp hags, everything like that. And the way the system works is actually a little neat. You won't really ever struggle with the easiest monsters, your basic ghouls, your pixies, and your drowners and whatnot, but as they get tougher, you'll get a skull above their head whenever you're looking at the map. Owl ghouls would be a medium variation of normal ghouls. There's pale-faced ghouls. You get your griffins, your basilisks, your forktails, everything, the whole 9 yards. It's all there. For each monster you kill, you get experience. You get bonus experience if you use an item or armor that gives you experience points. You get bonus experience points if you use the correct kind of oil and you exploit their weaknesses, and you get perfect parries. So I will say that it's pretty obvious they at least put some thought into these systems. And for people that like the Witcher franchise and you want to roleplay as a Witcher, I can't argue for playing it. I mean, I myself have taken to playing it. I've put 2 weeks worth of every once in a while, if I'm going to the bathroom or when I'm going to the break room at work, I'll open it up as I'm walking there and slay a monster or two on my way. Now, when it comes to your buffs, your potions, your oils, your bombs, that's where the greed comes in quite a bit. You do get a basic brewing system in the game where you can basically make the item as long as you have the materials, and you get the materials by killing monsters. Pretty straightforward. But it's also the fact that it takes an hour to make any of the items, and that's just for the weakest, lowest variation, none of the enhanced versions. Now, you can get other alchemical pieces which shorten the time. Taking, for instance, making a basic bomb, it'll take an hour with the basic set that the game gives you and has infinite uses, but with an alchemical set, a regular one that has 20 uses, it'll only take 15 minutes. So the game will actively encourage you to spend gold on that kind of stuff so that you can brew more things and brew them faster. The other thing is your armor and weapons. Some monsters are weak to steel, others are weak to silver, and you have to select those on the menu when you're deciding what you're going to take into the fight. It does start you out with a basic version of both. Now, if you're a pre-register like I was, because I got a fucking advertisement for the game, and I was like, that seems neat, I'll give it a try, so I hit the let me know when this is available. You do get a special sword that gives you more experience, which you really, really need, because those aforementioned Namons, they require you to be level 15, and it took me almost a week to get to level 15 to start off. The game is pretty basic, I'm not going to lie to you. You can't really do anything to customize your character. You just pick a basic fucking appearance, and then you can get the armors. Which, the armors and weapons, I'm not going to lie to you, they are super fucking expensive. It's obvious that they want you to pay for them. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it, I haven't spent a dime yet. I've been able to get myself, after 2 weeks of playing, one of the cheaper armor sets that gives me better protection, and I've been able to get myself a little sword. That's with me just every day doing a daily, doing a Namon, because there's one literally at my fucking job for some reason. And another thing that is a little greedy is there's definitely a limit to your inventory that is so fucking hard capped, it is atrocious, and there's upgrades you can buy that are all really, really expensive. It's obvious they were trying to cash in on the mobile market here. Look, I'm going to tell you guys the truth here and now. I'm not going to recommend this game to anyone. I'm just saying that if you like the Witcher franchise and you like the role-playing aspects of being a Witcher, and you like Pokemon Go, feel free to download it and give it a go. I'm not going to recommend it. I'm going to go ahead and tell you now, don't spend a fucking dime, because they don't deserve it, and mobile games are a ripoff. Don't ever spend money on microtransactions, ladies and gentlemen. Magnum Reviews does not tolerate that shit. But you know what? It's not a bad game. It was obviously a little rushed. It's pretty buggy at times. It's pretty apparent that this was a soulless cash grab. But on to the trophy system. The trophy system is pretty straightforward. You kill a monster, you get the trophy. Whenever you get the trophy, you're instantly garnered a skill point. From there, you have to kill 3 of the same monster, and then 50 of the same monster, and I don't know where it goes from there, because I haven't hit the 50 on any of them yet. I think the most I have on one is 40, and that's the basic ghouls, because they pop up fucking everywhere. So it's pretty grindy, and you use the skill points to level up your stats and make your character tougher so that you can take on and beat tougher monsters with a lot more ease. I haven't even completely completed the Bestiary yet. I've only seen like 40 common monsters and like 5 uncommon monsters. I haven't seen any legendaries yet. For all I know, they might not even pop up until later levels. I'm not gonna lie to you, this game was pretty dead on arrival because they just kind of threw it out there out of fucking nowhere and they didn't really do anything to advertise it, but I'm not gonna lie, I actually kind of like it, you know? It gives me something to do when I get bored of playing Pokemon Go. It gives me something to do rather than just look at social media when I'm taking a shit. It gives me something to do when I have to walk to fucking work sometimes. But that's really all I have to say about it. I'd say for being a cash grab mobile tie-in of a otherwise beloved and awesome video game, I'd give it a go. If you like Pokemon Go and you just want something to play while you're out for your morning jog, why not, right? It's free. You can download it. It's real simple. It's easy to get into. It's just something to do. Really. That's the only thing I can tell you about it, is that it's something to fucking do when you're bored. And you know what? To those of you who download the game because of this review, my friend code is up here on the screen. Go ahead and feel free to add me. Why the fuck not? Thanks for watching this episode of Magnum Reviews, everybody. Next time, we're going to be a little bit more serious about it. I just wanted to do this because I wanted to talk about it, and I thought it was fun. So, thanks for watching, and please leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below of The Witcher Monster Slayer and CD Projekt Red's sudden new push on mobile game development, and I'll see you in the next video.